Well, as predicted, it's continued to be a tough start to the season for Wigan Athletic in the Premier League, as we continue to try and scrape together enough points to reach that magical 40-point mark where hopefully we can achieve survival. If you're pulling for us to survive, make sure you hit that like button down below and click subscribe for more Football Manager content and episodes such as this, where hopefully we continue what will hopefully be a successful battle against relegation. Let's get into the next two games against Aston Villa and Fulham. Both games coming your way. Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Unemployed to Legend with Wigan Athletic. My name is Craig, and coming up in today's episode, as mentioned, two games away at Aston Villa and home against Fulham. Since you were last with me, we've played a few league games and a Carabao Cup game, of which we are out after a 3-1 defeat against Manchester United. No surprise. We did put up a good fight in that game, which I thought was very encouraging. We did get our second win of the season against Leicester before a run of games where I was wondering where we actually going to pick up any points, and so it proved. Against Wolves and Arsenal we lost, although against Arsenal we actually went down to 10 men, with Ricky J. Jones of all players getting sent off, which was not pleasing, but hey ho, what can you do? We were actually drawing at that point, but it was still a pretty precarious situation anyway. Fortunately though, I still don't know how we managed to draw 2-2 against Manchester City. The amount of chances that they had was disgusting, but they just couldn't convert them. And just to confirm, this is a strong Man City side. I mean, Laporte, Ederson, Valverde, De Bruyne, Silva, Lemar, Torres. We're not talking about poor quality players here. We're talking about a very strong Man City team. These results, though, have left us in 16th in the league, 2 points above the bottom three. We're still not hitting the points to games ratio that we wanted, as in 1 point per game, but we're not too far below at the moment. I just realised Tottenham are just above us. They've had a very poor start to the season themselves, but we're not worried about them. We're just worried about our hopes of survival. One thing to note, Alexander Sobolev has started scoring, finally. He's starting to pay back that £9 million price tag that we paid for him. 2 goals in 8 games, or in 10 in all competitions, to be honest. It's not a great return, but bear in mind he's new to the Premier League and he's still learning the language. In fact, how is he doing on that? Let's have a look. He still doesn't even know basic English. That's a bit of a problem, because he's been here for 2 months now. We go into the game against Aston Villa. Slight caveat, we're away from home. We are terrible away from home. But we have to try and do something. We can't just sit back against Aston Villa because they will punish us regardless, so we must just go for it. So this is the 11 we're going to send out. Archer in goal with Armini at left back, Canedo and Reece Williams at centre back, Johnson on the right hand side, Scowen and Joe Williams at the base in the midfield, with Le Chabot playing attack in midfield, Jones on the left wing, he's back in the side, El Hilali on the right wing, Sobolev up front in the pressing forward role. It's still a case of I'm trying to figure out which players are best to play where. El Hilali plays best as an attacking winger. Sobolev is best as a pressing forward. That's how he's been scoring the goals. As far as everyone else goes, Ricky J. Jones is better up front, but I really want to give a chance to Sobolev, although I don't know how many chances I could possibly give him, to be honest with you, before I have to make a decision. Ricky J. Jones up front or Alexander Sobolev. I know Sobolev's an international, but at the end of the day, it's all about the results. I'm looking for us to survive. The board just wants us to fight bravely against relegation, and to be honest with you, that is the most realistic thing. Because this team is so far inferior to the rest of the Premier League, it's not even funny. It's actually a bit draining. Watching some of these games sometimes, knowing we're getting smacked around, and in my head I'm like, who the heck am I going to bring on? Lang can do a job, as can Canedo, which is why he started, and that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. We just lose the ball so easily. It's a shame. I was going to say that was a goal, but I saw him offside. Ollie Watkins is offside there. That's why. Just hesitated because I was just hoping his name didn't come up near the bottom. But you can just see the threat other teams posing against our defence. I mean, they just break so quickly. And I'm trying to get us to counter so quickly because we've got the pace. Shobolev, Jones, Le Chabla, El Hilali, they are more than capable of breaking on the attack. But for some reason, it's just not happening. So I honestly don't know what else to do. Right. I'm pleased with how things are going. Yeah, inspire them. Just inspire them in any way that you can, to be honest with you. Like I said, we're yet to pick up a point away from home this season. I know they say, you hear all the pundits every single week saying, oh, it's all about the home point. It's all about picking up points at home, if I can speak properly. And yes, I do agree with that, but at the same time, we also need to be picking up some away from home. Right, Johnson is knackered. Mengi's going to come on for him. And who else? No one else is playing particularly well, are they? Davenport is going to come on for Scowen. Interestingly, Davenport has been probably one of our best players this season. Not bad for a player who costs £70,000. £74,000 from Blackburn in the Championship. He's certainly done better than Joe Williams. What was I thinking? What was I even smoking? Bringing him in, I was clearly desperate. Good save by Archer, and Canedo just clears there as Villa are just looking more and more threatening as we carry on. Al Hilali is knackered, we're just going to have to bring on a run and just hope that is enough. Le Chabla is also tired and I don't really want to wear him out. Oh gosh, we've made all our subs. Do we get a fourth sub by chance? No, we don't. We get nothing else. So Le Chabla is going to have to. He's just going to have to carry on, unfortunately. This is a midweek game. There's only 3 days between these games, so I'm quite surprised. Oh, just wide. I thought that was going in, but I'm quite surprised. There's 3 days between these games, which, to be honest with you, is not ideal. And I thought the Aston Villa man was actually going to get free there. I didn't realise. From this angle, from the broadcast angle, my goodness, what is the point of that kick if you're just going to kick it to just some random person? Le Chabla goes nowhere, and we could have got that ball, but Le Chabla cleans up again, and Jones is free here. He could slot it home. My goodness, just shoot. He could have had a shot there. Jones. Oh my god, he did have a shot, but too close to the keeper. I've got this on short passing, by the way, but we're just lumping the ball long. We are just lumping the ball long. Apologies, by the way, if it looks like it's lagging. There's nothing I can do about that. And oh gosh, Archer again comes to the aid of our goal yet again. Ball's just about cleared, but Aston Villa get it back. And this is just the story of our season. We're just not confident at actually lumping the ball up. Right, Shobolev. There's no one up front with him, but he did have someone breaking with him, and Mengi is actually getting forward here. Mengi, if he can get back into the area, no he can't, and he runs back. Why? That's probably the most threatening we've looked away from home this season. I will consider that a decent result because they could have scored so many times, but we could have actually won that game as well. And that result moves us, for the moment, up to 15th, but teams around us still to play anyway. It's still early days in the season. We're literally a quarter of the way through now. And that's our first away point of the season. We've got to start somewhere. We'll be back for the Fulham game. We are going for 3 points at home. Second game against Fulham now, and in this game I do kind of just want us to go for it. We need the 3 points from this match, so with that in mind, Ricky J. Jones is back up front. Shobolev has dropped to the bench. And interestingly, I completely forgot, he has a good link with Le Chabla in attacking midfield. So he's hoping that will actually have a good impact on this game. Canedo also comes in at centre-back in place of Mengi, who hasn't exactly performed recently. So it's a good chance for Canedo to try and secure that slot in central defence. I was about to say midfield. Wrong. Central defence. One thing I actually didn't mention was Canedo had been playing in a 4-3-3 against Man City and Arsenal. I think both games, certainly against Arsenal, but I think also Man City as well. He played in that defensive midfield role. I mean, if he continues to perform well there, then to be honest, he'll play there again. And chances are that's probably the sort of thing I'll be doing in an away game. And certainly our next away game, which is, I've just seen, against Liverpool after the international break. Fun times. But right now, the main focus is this game against Fulham. The reason I dropped Shobolev, yes, he's been scoring recently, but I just think I need a little bit more in terms of pace and experience up there, and who better for that than Senor Jones? Certainly, as Jones hasn't played there at all this season. We played him there in a friendly, and he bags a hat-trick. Now, granted, it's against Bray Wanderers, who are not exactly great competition, and there is Jones, who should have scored. He didn't even get that on target. Could you imagine he scores there after I just waxed lyrical about him? That would have been impressive, but unfortunately, he's going to be a little bit rusty up front there at the moment. Not particularly happy. Hopefully, Le Chabla will give him service, as well as Al Hilali. And I say that Le Chabla is tired. He's played a lot of football recently. He's also an international for South Africa, so we'll go gestureless. I'm not happy with your performance, yeah. I'm not happy with your performance. We need to win. I mean, granted, we haven't played that well, judging by the XG, but I do feel that this is the type of game that we need to be winning. Considering Fulham, they are 17th in the league, and there is Hilali, who's cut inside and should have scored. This is the problem. We're creating the chances now, but it's not quite happening. Whoops, in terms of actual goal scoring. Right, Canedo, what can you do? Nothing, because unfortunately Fulham just won the ball back there. We need to stop this attack very, very quickly. Hopefully we can win the ball back very soon. Our defence, we're just sort of sitting in at the moment, and Le Chabla, he does so well, but Jones wasn't the first one there. And I thought that went in because I just saw this little graphic pop up right at the bottom. Luckily went wide. Right, Le Chabla and El Hilali are both knackered. Lang is going to go into the middle, and Bowler is going to come on the left hand side. El Hilali can't actually come off at anyone, so what we're going to do, Bowler is going to go on the right hand side, Jones on the left, Shobolev will go up front. That's the two changes we're going to make. To start with, right, highlight, and it's not back with us, it's back with Fulham with a free kick, not far out from the penalty area, unfortunately. We can clear this and just, oh, also they played it short. Oh, thank goodness that was offside, because that would have been horrendous to concede. I'm hoping the referee just disallows this. Come on. Thank goodness. Right. That's fine. We know that is done. Come on. More, lads. More. I'm just kind of hoping Shobolev was supposed to be in there. Shobolev's big 6'5" frame needs to be doing more from these long throws. Jones into Davenport, who plays it out to the left to Armini. If he can just swing across in, no he can't. Williams. But Jones is in here, if he can get into the middle. Shobolev! Oh, I thought that went in. It was blocked by Shobolev initially, and then he just got blocked again on the rebound. And it's wide. We have been doing a lot more shooting drills in training as it stands. Johnson is now also tired, so Mengi might have to come on. Williams. Where's Shobolev? Williams. Yes! Williams has scored! I thought it was safe, but the keeper dropped it. It's a clanger by Fulham's goalkeeper, and Joe Williams has his first goal of the season. I don't care if it was fortunate. I will happily take that any way it comes. Shobolev heads the ball down, and Williams shoots it on target, and Dimitrovic quite literally just drops the ball into the corner of the net. That is fine. Mengi is going to come on. He is... Johnson is tired. So's Lang, so's Williams. Unfortunately, they're both going to have to see this game out, so I have no choice. At this time, it's pretty much about holding on. Lang, if he can score here, that would be amazing. Or if he can place it into the middle, he avoids the tackle, he places it back into the middle, but no one was there, unfortunately. There was quite a few players running in, but no one was able to get on the end of that, and thankfully Archer just scoops up that shot from Mitrovic. Quite a few of our players are now literally on their last legs. Armini. I'm not going to get too ambitious, but if we can seal it, and there is Bowler who seals it. Bowler's first goal of the season, and I'll be honest, I was writing him off earlier this season, thinking he's not good enough for the Premier League, but he's certainly shown here and now he can be an impact sub for us. Lovely little run, beats out the defender, and that hopefully will be that. Let's just slow everything down here. There's no point in counter-pressing, we are shattered. We need this international break. Right. It's 5 minutes of injury time and there is a goal back for Fulham. Hopefully it'll be too late, but who knows. We do need this international break, that's the problem. And hopefully we can hold out here for a priceless victory, and there it is, our third victory of the season. Luckily that late goal from Fulham was just a consolation. Sobolev only just came on in that second half, but he's had a very good second half. Well done, lads. And just as I had predicted, or just as I'd wanted, Sobolev's big 6'5" frame was enough. So happy. That's his first assist of the season. He is starting to get more and more into games. It's just a question of him learning the language. So that victory has just hoisted us up, albeit we've played about 2 games more than everyone else. So in fact we'll come back once all the games have been played, then we'll know exactly where we are. Well, I was hoping that after a few more games were played, more teams would actually be on 10 games played, but it seems we've just played more than everyone else. Saying that, I'd rather have the positions than the games, so as it stands, going into the international break, we are 12th in the league. Heady heights for Wigan indeed. 11 points from 10 games. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. It's going to be tough stretches this season, but just racking up victories where we can will just help us in our bid for survival. Right, where we're going to come back, we will not be back by the looks of it before the World Cup break, which is after the Sheffield United game. So chances are we'll be back for Burnley in December. We've only played another 4 games, so I see little point in coming back before then. But here's hoping, going into the middle part of this season, we continue to pick up more points and, more importantly, more victories. If you've enjoyed that episode, make sure to hit the like button down below and click subscribe for more Football Manager content. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.